Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Doc and Queenie Facebook Live every Monday at
Hi, man.
Good afternoon, Queenie. How are you?
You just love doing that, don't you?
Yes, I do.
That is awesome. How are you, Doc? I'm great.
I am awesome. I am awesome. The weather is warming up here in KC for a couple of days. So I actually will get to finish my outdoor chores, which I know you probably find that kind of twisted, but everything was pushed back with the greenhouse. So I actually get to finish my leaves today.
It doesn't really take a whole lot to make you happy, does it?
No, it does not. So I get to finish the leaves and cut the grass, and then I can stop working outside. Ha
Right. I was just going to say that. Uh-huh. Yeah, I was
ha.
just going to say that you're not going to be working outside anymore. Something tells me now that greenhouse is your draw. You are going to be out all the time.
I'll have my boots on, trekking through the snow.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that is amazing.
Am I guessing our guest here or our Facebook user is either Debbie or Karen?
Wow, that's a good guess. Let's find out who it is. Woo, it has to be Karen. She spells high like that. Or Grace, maybe.
Or
You never
Grace?
know. Yeah.
We have some wonderful, faithful friends on purpose that like to mess
We
with us.
Yeah, we've got a whole list of those folks, let me just say. Uh-huh.
So, Queenie, I've
So
got a question for you, and let's see if I can
uh-oh.
get my timing down here.
Okay.
Trying to grab my background here because, of course, you know me. I'm always like,
Oh my gosh, so we're doing National Day of, right?
no, actually, it's totally different.
Okay. And yes, it is Karen.
Okay, hello, Karen. So, I wanted to see. Oh, come on, here we go. All right, come on, computer. Computer spinning. There we go. What are you thankful for since this is the week of Thanksgiving?
First of all, isn't it amazing that it is? Because I look at all this stuff and go, there's no possible way it's Thanksgiving already. That's number one for me. But I'm thankful for a dynamic family. Everybody in my world is healthy and fabulous, and that's always fun. I absolutely love my business. And I mentioned here on this call, 15 years full time with Enagic has just rocked my world. The people I've met because of Enagic, oh my gosh, that is just so awesome for me. I love my networking family. That has exploded the last couple of years, and that has been a blast. I have a list of gratitude like unbelievable. I'm grateful to be healthy. I'm grateful to love my life every day. I'm grateful for tons of stuff. The list is long. What about you, Doc?
I am thankful for, I've got a list a mile long too, and I usually first thing in the morning, I do my prayers and my Bible studies, and I go through my list because even on the basic level, I'm thankful for where we live. I'm thankful for the house, the family. Go through that whole list. And where we live, of course, I'm biased. I think this area is wonderful. We came from a big city to a smaller city, and we just love the people and love. It was a great place. It is a great place to raise your family. I mean, it goes on and on and on. So I'm just as thankful. My networking is getting bigger, and I've met tons of people. Also, it's neat to network with like-minded people, and I love learning about others and what they do, and getting to know people. I don't know if you knew this. I'm kind of a social kind of person.
Yes, I have seen that in action, actually, Doc.
So, but yes, I am very thankful also. And so I just wanted to, of course, it's Thanksgiving week, and people might be traveling or just getting ready, and I can say for both of us, we'll probably say it again at the end of our little show here, but we're thankful for our faithful friends on purpose, and we're thankful that you joined us, whether it's live or on replay.
It's always fun to see the replay and how many people do hashtag replay when they have watched it later instead of live. Obviously, we love having Karen here today. That is always a blast with the high noon thing. And she has been a faithful friend on purpose since the very beginning when she created our logo. And I was looking at this the other day, and does it show? Yeah, kind of.
Yes, it does.
This
Yes.
is one of the fabulous cards that Karen sent us when we did Doc and Queenie Day second annual, which was super fun. And so we definitely appreciate the fact that Karen remembers us all of the time. And that has been super fun. So we are thrilled, thrilled, thrilled to have our faithful friends on purpose for sure. And to have the Doc and Queenie platform. And knock on wood. Most of, yeah, I don't know. I don't even actually know what it is. But isn't it the coolest thing ever that we have the internet and we have these different platforms that we're able to use, all the way from Facebook to social media, StreamYard to Zoom to YouTube, all the things that we work on a daily basis is the coolest thing ever. So I'm grateful for that as well, especially when it works.
Yeah, especially when it works and when the internet works too. That's always helpful.
I love that part.
Yes, me too. And I am thankful for Karen too. I love her. She's awesome. She's an awesome lady. And she keeps us on our toes.
Yes.
Yeah, so, that's the part. Okay, what do you think about spinning the wheel?
Oh my gosh, I love that. All right, let's do it. Remember how to share.
Always important to share, Queenie.
Always important to share. When you go from Zoom to some of these different things, though, it really is funny. This one's called this and this one's called that. And I'm always like, okay, I'm on StreamYard.
You have to stop and go, okay. Yeah.
I'm on StreamYard. Which one do I do? I don't remember. Okay, here we go. Ready, Doc?
I am ready, Queenie.
Wait till it stops all the way.
Clip Champ.
Woo, this is you. All right, this is you.
All right, Clip Champ is a video editing app or software. I don't, it's funny. I guess it's an app. It's a Microsoft product. Okay. I use it on my videos that you see on YouTube. And I don't edit my Instagram reels, but I'm getting there. I could edit my Instagram reels, but I use it mainly for my videos on my YouTube channel. It's really cool because it gives you options. It gives you options like you can put in titles, you can put in music, you can the transitions between. I take my videos in different pieces. So when you put the pieces together, they have in between each clip, they call it a transition. They have different ways you can, transition between clips. For example, it can go blurry and then, all of a sudden you're on your next clip, or it can move the screen. I'm sure we've seen it. You move the screen, the person goes this way and there's another clip that comes in. Those are called transitions.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, it's really very simple and user-friendly. And that's why I chose it because I just really didn't feel like learning something else other than outside of playing with it. You can add videos and pictures together. You can import your own stuff. I import a lot of times my pictures or some of my videos I do on Canva first, and then I download them into Clipchamp, and then I add them to my clips of my videos. So it's very, very creative. And if, people out there, I know you and I are opposites with you put your YouTube on there, you do your Canva background, boom, you're done. Me, I'm already like, let's see what the intro is going to look like.
Oh my God.
So if you like that creative piece,
opposites like cray, that's for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. If you want that little creative piece, it's really cool. It allows you to do a video up to 30 minutes long. And they do have a lot of, you can also do some stock photos if you need that. There's just a bunch of stuff that you can do. It's kind of like Canva, actually, in simplicity. It doesn't have the file width, I guess you could say, that Canva does, because Canva, like I pulled these pictures. I of course typed in thankful, but I pulled the picture from Canva just because, I had hundreds of pictures to choose from when I typed in the word Thanksgiving. Clipchamp has that option, but of course it's not, their files aren't as deep as like a Canva. but it's just as simple as a Canva with a little extra, I guess you could call it frosting if you want to go that video editor creativity way.
So for real, like honestly, what is the learning curve for you for Clipchamp?
It took me a couple of hours. And it was just playing around. It's like you say, push a button. It's exactly that. You can do a free Clipchamp. They do, a lot of these video editors will do a free. I don't know if theirs was a week or a month. I can't remember. But you just play around, just do a video, do short videos, and you just download them in, or upload, I should say, and you can play with it. And you're not going to break anything. As long as you don't hit publish, you're fine. So, and one nice thing too with these video editors, I can place my finished product. I can put it directly on YouTube. I can put it in my file on my computer. I can put it on Instagram. I can put it anywhere. I can put it on LinkedIn. It gives you all of those options with a push of the button. So
at the same time?
Yes.
Oh my goodness. Now that's cool.
Yeah. Yeah. So, but yeah, it's super simple. It took me a couple of hours of just playing around with it. They do have a lot of tutorials on YouTube. All you have to do is, just put in Clipchamp. It's like anything, just put in Clipchamp and you'll have a whole bunch of people with different, lessons on there. And it's very, very simple if anybody wants to go in that direction for a little more finesse on your videos.
Wow. And see, the reason for those of you watching with us, or certainly on the replay, we came up with the Wheel of Names, Doc and Queenie topics, because it's a cool thing that it wouldn't be pick your favorite this or do your something that, or what do you like training on the most. Some of the topics that we have heard in our Doc and Queenie community, how do you this or how do you that, or you're so good at this, can you share about this, without attending a tutorial or a class. The Wheel of Names to be able to add to what we talk about as far as National Day of, or certainly in this week of Thanksgiving, to be grateful for dynamic friends and family and faithful friends on purpose. Now we have an opportunity to talk about different things on social media topics. And just like when Doc was mentioning Clipchamps, and then you talk about how the learning curve is for you. So Clipchamp here, Instagram here, YouTube here, do a video here. Everything has a learning curve, if you will. And the cool thing is, or maybe the opposite of cool, is they update all this stuff all the time. Every time I click update on something, I'm like, what is this going to do? And yeah, every time I see the update, I just cringe, because now even on Zoom, I did a Zoom earlier today, and it has a different way to do the transcript now. And I looked at that and I go, how do I make it disappear so everybody can still see it? And I figured it out, but it's entirely different than how it was before. And so the learning curve is always a trip for me.
Yes. And Clipchamp is pretty easy. I mean, and if somebody's out there looking for video editors that are easy, I picked up Clipchamp on Google, or not Googling, putting on YouTube, easy video editors. And it kept coming up as a easy to use. So I thought, well, let's try it out. And it's good. They've got a lot of options for creativity if that's the direction you go in.
Now, can you tell us a little bit about, honestly, the steps? Okay. Like, let's say, for example, the steps. How you do a video on what platform?
I use my phone.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So I've got a Galaxy. I bought a Galaxy because of the quality of pictures and videos. It's a 1080 pixel MP4, so it's a little higher grade as far as, and I know you've seen some of the pictures and stuff. The quality is really, really good, and it's a Galaxy S21. So I use my camera on my phone.
Okay.
And then I download that onto my hard drive. I've got an external hard drive, just FYI. anybody wants to do that, because the files can be large. The MP4 files are large. There you go. Awesome. And
wait a second. The MP4 files are large because they haven't been compressed yet. Isn't that the deal?
Correct. And
Okay.
because of the quality, the 1080, it's a higher quality. I've tried with 720 pixels, and pixels are trying to think how you define it, but it's our pictures are made out of I guess you could say little chiclets, but it's the quality gets better the higher the number. You see it on the TVs. I don't know. It's a different.
Some of them are grainy.
Yes, and that would be your lower pixels. But the pixels make up the picture. So the higher the pixel, the better the picture. So 1080 is like creme de la creme, and I'm sure they've replaced it. I just, at the moment, off the top of my head, cannot think of what the next level is. But okay. So I take my video, I put it on an external hard drive, and then I log into my Clipchamp, and I open up, it's got a button that says create. So I open up my page that says create, and I upload my videos. And I also, a lot of times before I even get to the video, I create intros and exits, which are little mini videos on Canva that I put on the front and back of my video. So I don't have to keep recreating it. I upload those.
Wait a second, please. You can save the front and back and then put a different video in the middle of that, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So yeah, it sort of takes, it sort of cuts down on time, sort of. I'm very picky. So I'm sure my time is my pickiness more than anything. But yeah, so I upload the intro, I upload the video clips, we'll call them. And then I also upload the exit for whatever topic. Because I have intros and exits I've got a series right now called Know It to Grow It. And garlic is my biggie right now. So that has its own intro and exit.
As well it should. I think garlic deserves that.
Yes. So I will upload it, and then you download it onto the app, which will have I wish I didn't even think about, we could have done a screen share, but we'll have to do that another time. Then I download it onto the platform, and then I pick my music. If I so choose, if I want music throughout the video, my intro and my exit already has music attached. So I don't even have to fool around with that. So.
Okay. So hang on, please. When you've got music attached to it, is that one of those things that you get this big thing about copywriting when you play it publicly?
Well, Canva and also Clipchamp have drawing a blank, non-copyrighted music that you can download and use.
So there's no licensing problem.
There's no licensing problem. When I download the finished video onto YouTube, sometimes it'll say something like, and I don't have the verbiage correctly, but it'll say there was almost like a ding on the music, but then they say it's acceptable through a third party or something like that, which basically means, it's okay because I use Clipchamp, and it's okay because I used it on Canva. So those two, it recognizes that it's non-copyrighted, but they will still point it out on YouTube, which is kind of funny. So yes. So after I've downloaded everything, then it's a matter of putting all of the clips together, because a lot of times I have not, and as long as I've been doing videos, I'm just starting to learn to slow down. Because if you race through too much and then you have a mispronunciation or I do something that I don't like, it's very hard to edit it out if I'm jumping from one thing to the next to the next. So now I'm learning to talk about one little piece and count before I start talking, and then stop and count before I go to the next subject. So there is enough in between my topics to where if I need to cut it down, I've got space to cut it down, if that makes any sense.
It does actually, because now you've got the edit it seems like it's possibilities times a million.
Yes. Yes. And so I cut down my clips and then I put transitions between them. And a transition could be, I could spin in and out. I could have my picture spin in and out. I can have it blur in and blur out. I can have it go top to bottom, left to right. I mean, it does a whole bunch of different things. And if you know, and if you don't know what I'm talking about, to anybody that's watching, go to one of my videos. Well, the Know It to Grow It on garlic, and you'll see the transitions in between clips. Sometimes they're not so smooth, but you know, it is what it is.
Okay, now does Clipchamp stamp your videos like Zoom does?
No,
Okay.
no, no, they do not.
So the only
And
way
that's
anybody would know what you use to edit is if you tell them.
basically yes.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah,
Yeah.
and I paid, I upgraded for an upgrade. I don't even know if they call it a pro version. I pay, I think, $11.99 a month to have this version, which just cracks me up.
Oh, no kidding.
Um,
No kidding.
so, but I am trying. It's funny. I do have access to put a watermark of my logo on my video. I just haven't figured out how it can stand out yet because my backgrounds, and that's, you know, this is that learning curve. My backgrounds, I'm sitting in my kitchen and it doesn't work well with my background. So
Right.
Yeah.
That's exactly, I
So
understand that completely. You'll notice even on this screen, paying for StreamYard allows you to brand your StreamYard going live. So if you'll notice at the top, whatever it would be for whoever's looking, at the top of the screen on one of those sides has Miracles with Water logo, Doc and Queenie logo, thanks to Kieran, a Nagic logo, and Doc's business card. And it's exactly the deal. You can brand your own video, which I think is the super coolest thing if you have a paid version of StreamYard. So you've seen people that have the duck on their StreamYard video, which is great. I mean,
right.
StreamYard needs credit too. Zoom brands every one of their videos, actually. So StreamYard certainly has the right. But when you do a StreamYard paid version, you have the opportunity to brand your video. I think it's a very cool system.
Definitely. You know, and I look at, I don't, because video editors, Canva, because they have such a well thought out platform that basically covers everything that you can imagine creatively. To me, it's worth that extra $10 or $12 a month in order to have, in order to have that as an advantage. I totally agree. So yeah. So after you do your transitions, I also put in captions or titles depending on what I'm talking about. And those also do fancy little animation things. You know, they might flip in or flash or whatever. I haven't gotten too creative with that because I'm teaching and people are looking for information, not finesse. And how much can you finesse a piece of garlic?
Well, I've watched you actually, and you can finesse a lot.
Thank you, Queenie. So after I'm finished with my video, then I just basically hit a button, and I'm saying publish. I'm trying to remember the exact verbiage on it, but it gives me an option. I have a pop-up screen that gives me an option of where I want to save it. I can go directly to my YouTube channel. I usually save it back to my hard drive to have a copy. And then I load it from the hard drive to the YouTube channel, or sometimes I can just do a direct download and come back later and still save it on my hard drive. So, but yeah, I love Clipchamp. It's very easy. It's made things very easy for my YouTubes.
I think that's the coolest thing ever. And I can imagine a tutorial by you on YouTube about Clipchamp as basically helping people with learning curve, because even this morning I was doing a deer in the headlights look with some other friends, and as soon as you say the word MP4, they kind of go, what? And so as soon as you explain that piece to them, and then all of a sudden they go, that's the coolest thing ever. I was teaching them how to do their LinkedIn video message with their Zoom background instead of just with their phone. And it was like, wow. And so that's what their hesitation to put a video on there had been, because they didn't understand the MP4 conversion thing. So I really appreciate this 1,000,000%, Doc, because now when you see your videos, that it's like Hollywood quality kind of thing. And I look at that and I go, holy moly, how much time must that take? But bigger than that, how cool it is for your clients to be able to see the professionalism of what you do.
It's kind of in my blood,
Yeah.
like I've talked about, my first degree was graphic design. So of course I'm going to gravitate to more of that kind of stuff.
Absolutely.
It's good and bad because I do spend a lot of time on videos.
But it's paid off. I mean, my gosh, your graphics are amazing. And you've got a great eye also. I've seen some of the photographs that you capture. And instead of just taking a picture, it's like, holy moly, this is like, strategic and blurring out the back and all that stuff. It's very cool.
Well, stay tuned because I'm working on my Diary of a Greenhouse video, which will be probably about a half an hour. It's going to it's documenting 95 days of building a greenhouse. So it's all going to be video based, and we'll see what happens. So.
That is seriously cool. And talk about stay tuned. That's a great hashtag.
Yeah. Well, you won't hear from me for several weeks because my
I bet. Yeah. I bet
she's still working on her video.
I bet that's going to be incredible too.
So, thank you. So anything new in Queenie's world before we say goodbye to everybody?
Oh my gosh. Queenie's world. Like I say, everything is fantastic. And it's just a very fun thing when you get to wake up and go, I love my life. And I just do. And of course, you know how I feel about Mondays. And I just can't wait to get started. And I really mean it. It's kind of like hurry up and get light out because I hate getting up in the dark. And now it's about 6:20, by the way, in case anybody out there doesn't do AM. And then now it's going to be 6:30 and then 7. It's December 21st, and then it does start getting lighter earlier. So I'm okay with that. But it's going to be dark, dark, dark these next few days. Next month, what's today? Yeah, months from today is when the days start getting longer again. And that is my happy day for sure. Because there's more light starting December 21st, which is ironic, first day of winter technically, but I always look forward to December 21st because now the days start getting longer again, and I love that. So I can survive one more month of this.
Last question for Queenie: favorite Thanksgiving food?
Well, I love turkey, and I really love turkey. But I eat that kind of all year long. Anytime there's a choice, if it's a barbecue place or something like that, I'm the odd man out and I always get turkey if that's an option. And so that's always a favorite. Sweet potato casserole is my favorite, but I do it with the mashed eggs and butter. And then I burn, and I try to actually really burn it, brown sugar and pecans and all that stuff on top, because I like all of that to mix with the mashed of the sweet potatoes.
We called it Christine Crisp.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, Christine Crisp. I love that because it gets all bubbly and wonderful, and the pecans get browned up a little bit. And I do sweet potatoes all year too, but not with the stuff on top because the sugar stuff is actually too much for me. So I can only do that once a year maximum. I really don't really have a go-to necessarily for the Thanksgiving thing other than the turkey. What about you? I know that you guys are foodies and you always do something creative. Do you have something creatively prepared for Thursday?
No, we're just going to be doing the basics. Turkey, and I like turkey. I'm kind of like you. I do like pumpkin pie. So, but I try not to eat too much. We're doing, we actually don't do stuffing that much because nobody eats it.
Yeah.
I would probably wind up eating the whole thing. So
and it's nothing but carb load. I've done the stuffing thing and I might make it again this year, but probably no one's really going to eat it. But I look at the ingredients, it is just straight carbs. And then of course, what do? Put gravy on top. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, no wonder everybody's in a food coma after this is over.
Yes. And we're going to do garlic mashed potatoes, so that's real garlic from the garden. I mean, that's, and we like to overdo it on the garlic. So,
excuse me, I don't understand that term.
From the garden?
No, overdo on the garlic.
Oh yeah, that's true. Well, by some standards, maybe not by yours and mine. Yeah.
Yeah.
Usually when they say, 3 cloves of garlic, we put probably 10,
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. You need to taste it. And the garlic that I have from my garden, we've got some spicy. It's got a little kick to the end of it. So till you can taste that kick, you don't have enough.
That's one good way to say it. That's awesome.
Yes. So, well, it looks like we're out of time, Queenie. So we're going to have to say goodbye. But our best wishes for everyone on this Thanksgiving holiday. We are thankful for you. We're thankful that you joined us or saw us on the replay. And we're thankful for our faithful friends on purpose. And I'm thankful for you, Queenie, and this whole Doc and Queenie Facebook Live experience that we are, doing every Monday at
high noon.
So if you want to reach out to either of us, KathyWeaverKC.com, KitchenGardenExpert.com, Doc and Queenie, we wish you the best, and we will see you next week. Thank you, Queenie.
Thank you, Doc. Thanks, everyone. Bye for now.
Bye-bye.